guys, and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Corinne. I am a lifestyle motherhood vlogger of 2. I do weekly vlogs, sit down videos like this, so if that interests you, make sure to subscribe. I'm so excited because I'm finally getting some time to sit down and do an in-depth review on the Momcozy versus the Elvie wearable breast pumps. But before we get started, I want to say thank you to BetterHelp for sponsoring today's video. So essentially, BetterHelp is therapy online. They offer licensed therapists who are trained and ready to help you. You're able to talk to them at your convenience in whatever environment you need to speak to them in. And they have a really broad spectrum of different therapists that they offer. They actually have over 20,000 different therapists within their network, so you're able to find somebody for your specific needs. The reason I love BetterHelp so much is because it's so incredibly accessible, especially for people like me who are stay-at-home moms with zero family or friends in my area to help. There is no way that I would be able to get myself to a therapist appointment weekly, bi-weekly, or even monthly. So instead of not receiving therapy at all, I am able to sit down and talk to a therapist during nap time, which is amazing. I think it's really important to have your mental health in check, especially during postpartum. When Cicely was 3 days old, I had my first anxiety attack. It came out of nowhere. It was very scary. I had no idea what was happening. I called my midwife at 2 in the morning thinking I was gonna have to go to the emergency room. She called me down and was like, I think you're having anxiety. And after that, I was like, okay, maybe I should look into seeing a therapist because this is something that I really need to get a hold of. So BetterHelp has just been an amazing thing in my life. So if you're interested at all in looking into BetterHelp and what they can offer you, I have linked them in the description. All right, guys, so let's go ahead and get into the review. Okay, so let's start off with the price difference. You guys, the price difference on these two pumps is absolutely massive. I have the double pump version in both of these. So for 2 Elvie pumps, the price is $560 whopping dollars. And for 2 Momcozy S12s, the price is about $150, but if you use my code Corinne10 for 10% off, it lowers the price down to about $135. And you could cut that in half if you just wanted to buy 1 pump. I rarely ever use 2 pumps at a time. So 1 pump is personally good enough for me. So essentially, if you just wanted to buy 1 pump and you use my discount code Corinne10, it would only be about $67, which is absolutely amazing. Okay, so first we are gonna start off with the pros of the Momcozy. The first pro for the Momcozy S12 is obviously the price. This pump is extremely affordable, which is amazing for working moms and moms who just cannot afford to throw $500 or $600 down for a wearable breast pump. The second pro, which a lot of people love about this pump, is the amount of milk that this thing holds. So the Momcozy is able to hold like 7 or 8 ounces maybe. It is insane, the capacity of this thing. The next pro of the Momcozy is the LED screen. So as you can see right here, it tells you what section level you're on, how many minutes you've been pumping, and the battery life. It also has 4 different buttons right here. So you can turn it on and off right here. This is the mode, and then the plus and minus for the suction levels. So the Momcozy S12 has 9 different suction levels, 2 different modes. It has massage mode and then let down mode. And when you're done pumping, all you have to do is take this top off, and then there is a spout at the top right here, and then you're able to pour the milk into the bottle that way. So besides the little base of the Momcozy, there are 5 different pieces that you have to clean. So this is what the inside looks like, the diaphragm up here. There is a duckbill. The actual flange size that it comes with is 24 millimeters. So if you are any smaller than that, you can purchase cushions to put inside of the Momcozy that will make the flange size smaller for you. That is what I do because I am much smaller than a 24 millimeter. Scooted you guys in because the lighting keeps changing, so sorry about that. But let's go ahead and move on to the Elvie breast pump. My first pro of the Elvie breast pump is the shape. So this is shaped like an egg. It is definitely not discreet in your bra, but the shape of it is a lot less bulky than the Momcozy is. So this is the size comparison. The next pro about the Elvie is that it has an app. You're actually able to control the Elvie through the app. So you can change the modes, you can change the suction, you can turn it on and off. It'll tell you roughly how many ounces you have pumped. A lot of the times it's off, but I still think it's pretty cool that it's able to kind of detect how much you have pumped. This pump is also extremely quiet. This is the most quiet pump that I have ever heard. It is currently dead, but I'll go ahead and plug it in for you guys, and I will insert a clip so you guys can hear just how quiet the Elvie is. And when you're using this pump, it just feels fancy. Like the suction, the massage mode, it's just like super fancy. Like it's a really, really good pump. And same as the Momcozy, there are 5 different parts to the Elvie. So here's the diaphragm, here is your flange, which you can also buy inserts for, because when I got the Elvie, it only came with a 24 and a 27. And then this is the tank right here with the little duckbill valve and the top. Now let's go ahead and move into the Momcozy S12 Cons. So my first con to this is that it is pretty loud. This one is charged, so I will turn it on for you so you guys can hear it. So this is definitely not a pump that I would be able to use discreetly or in bed laying next to Aidan and Cicely. It's just a little bit too loud, especially when you have both pumps going at the same time. My second con about this is how bulky it is. This thing is just really big. For small boobed girls, for big boobed girls, it's just pretty bulky and big. I find myself holding on to the pump as I'm pumping, so it's not necessarily like hands-free unless you're extremely careful with it or have a really tight bra on. Other than that, I've seen a lot of people talk about how it leaks pretty often, but you do have to be careful that the entirety of the flange is connected to this plastic base, because if it is a little bit lifted here on the bottom, you're gonna lose a lot of milk while you're pumping. So that is all the cons that I have for the Momcozy S12. Okay, now to get into the cons of the Elvie. You guys, this pump. For the amount of money that they make you pay to have this amazing pump is not worth the issues that you have with this thing. The first issue that I have is that all of the parts have to be perfectly placed together. Like perfectly. If they are not all in place correctly, you will have zero suction. Sometimes all of my parts are perfectly in place and I still don't have any suction, and I have no idea why. So I have a lot of issues with the part placements and suction. The second con, 2 months in, one of my pumps would not turn off. And I tried everything that I could. I contacted customer service. It ended up dying, and then I could never turn it back on again. So it broke. And I had to go through the hoops of customer service for them to send me a whole nother base. That was only 2 months of use that one of them broke. Cicely is up from her nap, so I'm gonna go ahead and grab her and I will be right back. We are back and I have my little assistant joining me. So my second con, it seems like the less you use your Elvies, the more they glitch. I was pumping religiously for about the first 4.5 months of Cicely's life. A lot of that had to do with having an oversupply in the beginning and Cicely sleeping through the night. So I was pumping like 2 to 3 times a day, and I was going back and forth between the Elvies and the Momcozys because I like them both for different reasons. And around the 4.5 month mark, Cicely started waking up a lot more and just needing more milk in general. So I kind of stopped pumping every day like I was. And now I cannot get my Elvies to charge completely. I'll plug them in, they'll charge for a little bit, and then they start doing this weird thing where they're suctioning and they never turn green. They just stay orange, and then the light turns off and then it turns orange again like it's charging, and then it just glitches. Both of my hubs have been doing that. So I don't know if they're broken or what. So another con that I have about this is it only holds about 5 ounces. So this is not very good for overproducers. But the Elvie turns off before you can even pump to 5 ounces. So every morning I would pump on my right side while Cicely ate off of my left, and I would fill the entire tank. But it would shut off when I hit 4 ounces and it would not continue pumping to 5. So I was never able to actually continue pumping all the way up to 5 ounces. It would only let me pump until 4 ounces because it would read that I had 5 ounces when I didn't. So it was just really annoying. I couldn't keep pumping all the way up to 5 ounces. My next con is obviously the price. You guys, this pump is so expensive. Even if you were just to buy one pump is what, like $250 or something like that. It is just not worth the price for the amount of glitching that I have dealt with. Like, if this was my only pump and I didn't have any other options, I would be screwed, honestly, because it glitches so much. The suction gives up on me all of the time because the parts aren't put together correctly. Apparently, if you don't use them daily, they start to glitch and not charge. Like I said, at 2 months, I had to get a replacement hub already. Like, I have a lot of cons about this pump, but I do love it. Like, I really do love it when it works. Like, if it didn't have all the glitching, if it didn't have the suction issues, you guys, I would highly recommend this pump. And I did. For the first 2 months of using this, I was raving about this pump. I was telling everybody, like, if you can afford it, get the Elvie. This pump is flippin' amazing. I love it so much. And then 2 months of using my Elvies hit, and all of a sudden, I started having issues upon issues upon issues. Final thoughts between the Momcozy S12 and the Elvie are, you guys, go with the Momcozy all the way. This thing is extremely affordable. I've been using it for 5 months now. I've had 0 issues with it. The hub has never given me issues. It charges really quickly. Just for the price in general, this is gonna be your best bet when it comes to the wearable pump. So that is going to conclude my review, and I just want to remind you guys that if you do want to try out the Momcozy S12, you can use my code Kurin10 for 10% off of your purchase. And if you guys have any other questions regarding the Elvie or the Momcozy, leave them down below and I would be happy to answer them for you. And that is going to conclude today's pump reviews. I hope that you guys enjoyed. I hope that it was helpful, and I hope that you find a pump that you love. My girl. Mwah. Kiss you. Mwah. Kiss you. Kiss you. Thank you for joining our pump review. We love you guys, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye, guys.